Hey, what's up guys? The Pangolin here, back with another video. And today, we're ranking anime aura. Now, if you haven't lived under a rock for the last, I don't know, month, 2 months, people have been spamming this term aura. And apparently I've been living under a rock too, because I don't actually know where this came from, why people are using it so much. But I get the gist of what it means. Despite my age, I might be a boomer, so I'm not really using this word, aka I'm not using this word at all. But I figured this would be a good thing to rank because this is going to be purely based on vibes. The aura, from what I'm getting, is based on vibes. So whether I've seen the show or not, I'm just going to base the aura on the images given. Maybe I'll have some bias to shows that I've actually seen and know the characters. But even if I don't, it is what it is. The aura should stand out for itself. So we're going to go in, we're going to do this World Cup / tournament arc / ranking, starting with 16 characters, and find out who has the most aura in anime. Okay, round of 16. First two characters. You have Madara Uchiha and Divine General Mahoraga. What a start. Low key, both of these characters could have gone pretty far. So it's unfortunate one's going to have to go here. But just based on the image, Mahoraga looks tough. And I have seen both these shows, but Mahoraga looks tough. The black and white desaturation, ooh, it does look clean. Don't get me wrong. And I know what he does in the show, so maybe it's affecting my image of him. But the aura is aura-ing. I'm a boomer. But Madara, just look at him. The Sharingan in both eyes. Just looking at you. The skin cracked because of the reanimation, but it doesn't even matter. That's how much the aura is oozing through the screen. Because even though this is reanimated Madara, you know he's that tough, and he could be even tougher if it was just normal Madara. That's how OP Madara is and how much his aura is emanating to the screen. So for round one, I gotta go Madara. Final boss energy. Mahoraga, we know there's someone lurking behind you that's even tougher. So I'm going Madara on this one. Okay, for this round, we got Ryuga and Aizen. Now, Ryuga, I have no idea who the hell this guy is. I'm not even gonna cap. He looks like he could be some kind of Beyblade type character, Bakuman, something, I don't know. Or Bakugan. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Definitely not Bakuman. But I don't know who this dude is. Aizen, obviously I know who Aizen is. Everyone knows who Aizen is. Even though I personally haven't watched or read Bleach yet. But Aizen, you can't not know who Aizen is. That's how much aura this man has. Just the way he's standing there, one eye covered, eye patch having, the ripped white cloth over the shoulders. I don't know what any of it means. Even his fit, just down like the white line down the middle. Loki looked like he wearing a dress, and it's still tough. The arms blacked out, wrapped up. The way he's I guess he's controlling this purple fire behind him. This could all be cap. I've never seen Bleach, like I said, but that's what aura is. This Ryuga dude looks like a broke man's Rengoku. I don't know what he's actually doing. Got a fist up. If it is Beyblade, like I think, where is his Beyblade? He gotta let the hoe rip, but it's not ripping. He got the little fire, little red in his hair and the white, like thinking he's Todoroki. Got this little crown type thing on his head. He's not looking tough. Got the cape over the shoulders. It's not hitting. It's not hitting. You already knew we were gonna go Aizen on this one. Okay, the third round of the round of 16, we got Benimaru on the left from Fire Force, I believe, and Kagurabachi on the right. I don't even know if that's what that dude's name is from Kagurabachi. I read like the first chapter only. But I don't remember the guy's name. I know it's a serious name. I don't think that's his name. Even if it is, whatever. But then we got Benimaru. Fire Force, I actually dropped. Let's just say I paused. Maybe I'll pick it up someday. I didn't hate it or anything. But I think I just got burnt out by anime when this was airing. So I just never ended up finishing it. But this one's actually pretty easy. Don't get me wrong. I know Kagurabachi doesn't even have an anime, just a manga. I think with like maybe 20 chapters in or something. But the fact that Kagurabachi, based solely on the image of the main character, was able to garner enough interest online to meme its way into being a somewhat relevant manga. I know people aren't talking about it that much nowadays, but it hasn't gotten canceled yet from Shonen Jump, which is very tough to not do. Very tough to do, I should say. So that alone is proof of aura. This manga is living off of aura. And maybe it's actually good and that's why it's not getting canceled. But the fact that it's got some fan base off the image alone, that to me is the definition of aura. Benimaru looks like he's low-key drowsy off the perks. Got one X, one O in his eyes. That maybe says something cool. Look, he got stitches on his neck. Maybe that's just the way they're doing shading. I don't care. It's not really doing it for me. It's really not doing it for me. Maybe the lazy look is a show of power in this series, but he ain't really standing up to Kagurabachi here. So you know what we're going with, Kagurabachi. Okay, this round we have Jin Muon versus Shanks from One Piece. Jin Muon, I literally have no idea who this guy is. I don't even know what he's from. The art style is the fact that it's in color. I guess it could just be a slightly colored page, but it's giving me the impression that it's from a manhwa slash webtoon, not really a manga. I'm assuming it's not from an anime either because it's not an anime image. But it doesn't matter if I don't know who it is. It's just based on the image alone what the aura is. Shanks, I haven't read or watched One Piece. You're on crack if you think I'm catching up with something that's not even finished yet and it's over 1,000 episodes and chapters long. But Shanks looks dope. Red hair, got the jacket, a little oversized on him. The 3 scars through the eye, but his eye looks like it's still working. That's fortunate. The little scraggly little goatee action. Okay, kind of tough. But this Jin Muon guy, the purple sword, the armor, the fit, is like giving warrior and ninja vibes at the same time. The hair drooping down, but it's also spiky. It's coming down long in the back. The eyes, the purple glow matching the sword. That's tough. I'm not gonna lie. Jin Muon, you're going through. I don't even know anything about either of these characters, but you're going through it based on that alone. Okay, this round we got Gilgamesh from Fate. I think Fate State Zero, if I'm not mistaken. And Kuzan from, I think Kuzan's from One Piece. Forgive me if I'm mistaken on that one. I believe Kuzan's from One Piece. I have actually seen Fate, both Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night. I still haven't watched the movies, the Heaven's Feel. It was just taking too long to come out, and I forgot about it. But I know Gilgamesh got that aura. If there's anyone from Fate that has aura, it's Gilgamesh. And Fate has a lot of characters that have aura, but Gilgamesh is like up there, up there, up there. Kuzan though, like I said, I haven't seen One Piece, but this image is tough. Even just the art style, the way it's like swooshing across the frame. He's kind of silhouetted, half silhouetted. His face is definitely silhouetted, but the glowing eyes, that is tough. This is way more difficult than the Shanks one. There's something about Gilgamesh here. The fact that he's smiling. Of course, obviously Kuzan looks tough there because the image is a little ominous. But Gilgamesh is smiling like no matter what you bring, it ain't really nothing to me. That is a level of aura. It's just different. It's different. This one is honestly probably the most of a toss up out of all the ones we've had so far. I'm gonna go with Gilgamesh here. Ooh, okay. This one we got Guts and we got Alucard. I think Alucard's from Helsing. Haven't watched it. Guts obviously from Berserk. I haven't even read Berserk, but I know it's a goated. I know I will love it when I get to it. This one's actually not hard. Maybe it's biased, but I haven't seen either, so I can't really be that biased. But Alucard looks like a little dollar store villain. I can't lie. Maybe in the show he's actually tough, but based on the image we just saw of Kuzan from the last round with the glowing eyes and this kind of look, that was way tougher. This one's looking a little party city. Guts, it's Guts. We'll just move on to the next round. We'll talk about Gus when he faces whoever he faces next. Ooh, round 7 of the round of 16. Escanor versus Erwin. Obviously, Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins. Erwin from, one of the goats. Attack on Titan. One of my favorite characters in Attack on Titan also. After Hanji, my goat Hanji. This one's tough. But I did say it was going to be based on the images. Obviously, we know Escanor, what Escanor turns into. And that's aura. But based on these images, Escanor ain't cutting it at all. It's also a tough matchup because maybe I would have given him some leeway if it was someone else. But you're going up against my goat, Erwin. And there's very few people have more aura than Erwin. Just look at the way he's looking at the camera right now. That's just oozing aura. Erwin, let's go. Okay, the last of this round, we got L from Death Note and Tobirama from Naruto. I actually really think Tobirama's dope. He doesn't get that much screen time in Naruto, given the fact that he's not alive during the main story. He's a character from the past, and when he gets brought back reanimated, but he's not focused on that much. And we do see some flashbacks, but in those flashbacks, he's tough. He is definitely tough, and even here he looks tough, similar to the Madara thing I described earlier. But the image isn't necessarily the best. The eyes is cool because the reanimation, the cracks, everything, but L already has aura, and then you give him this image, which is a desaturated image, black and white, with the red eyes. This is L we're talking about. Come on. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, we're down to the round of 8, the quarterfinals. This is tough. Here's the thing. You wouldn't think this would be tough, but I'm going just based off images. Obviously, Guts is Guts. Goated character from everything I've heard. And I'm sure this is not even comparable in reality. I'm sure Kagurabachi was in some way inspired by Guts. But if you're going just based on the image, there's a lot of things from Berserk that make it what it is and give it its appeal. Kagurabachi is living based off of this image alone. That's aura. If we're just talking about image, that's aura. So I might have to go with Kagurabachi on this one. But here's the thing. The one thing that's stopping me is just the look that they're both giving right now. I'm still thinking Guts is giving this dude the work if they scrapped 1v1 just based off the one eye open. That's a different type of intimidation. So this one's way closer than you might think on first impression. But even despite that, it's going the way you thought it was going. I'm giving it to Guts. Psych! I'm giving it to Kagurabachi. Let's go. Ooh, okay, this is a Titan matchup. We got Gilgamesh and Madara. They're kind of going for opposite feels here, but both of them I think is really strong. Madara obviously looking menacing, the dark red and black scheme, obviously Sharingan eyes like I talked about before. Gilgamesh also has red eyes, but he's going for the golden scheme, the smile. In ways, they're opposite each other. Which one is giving up more aura? Which one is changing the room when they walk in? Gilgamesh looks like he changed the room in a kind of a cheeky way. Like he's going to walk in, people are going to be intimidated, but he isn't trying to come off like he's actually that intimidating, but he knows he is. And I respect that. But Madara walks in, he knows he's intimidating. He wants to be intimidating, and it works. And people aren't messing with him. And if I think they go in the same room, Gilgamesh has the outright confidence, but Madara is going to have that cool, I don't even need to play it up. You know what time it is. And I know what time it is. So I'm going Madara. Another tough matchup. It's only going to get harder. We got L versus Erwin. Now, I prefer Erwin as a character based on their shows. Don't get me wrong, I love L. And he's my favorite character from Death Note. Of course he is. And Erwin's not even my favorite character from Attack on Titan. But he's up there. But I still prefer Erwin's character overall. But based on images, like I said at the beginning, maybe I faltered from that here and there across the video. But based just on images, there's no way I'm giving this to Erwin over L. This L image is tough. I'm going with L here. This L image is crazy. And last of this round, we got Jin Muon versus Aizen. Like I said before, haven't seen either of these shows or read either, so I can't even speak to anything about them other than the image. And they kind of got similar schemes going on here. Obviously, Jin's is a little darker, a little less colorful, but it's really the black purple scheme that they both got going on here. Aizen, first round, it was really impressing me, but now that I'm here in the second round, the way he's opening his arms here, it's a little too on the nose, like, yeah, I'm that guy. But when you're really that guy, you don't gotta say you're that guy, if that makes sense. And Jin Muon right here, he's looking down at the camera. He's not doing any kind of gesture to let you know. You just see the path that he's left behind him, the smoke around him, the glowing eyes, the sword that's out, which he was about that business. I gotta give it to Jin here. Maybe that's an upset. Sorry to the Aizen fanboys, but he's going out right here. Ooh, okay. You're here in the semifinals. You got L versus Jin Muon. And Jin Muon, you went pretty far, my boy. You went pretty far. I say my boy. I don't even know what you're from or who you are. But you went pretty far just based on your image. And your image is tough. But it's going to be hard for me to give it to you over L, who has maybe the toughest image in here. Plus, I know who L is. So that's just giving off even more aura. But here's the thing. L could have gone out here. with the right opponent, L could have gone out here because we know what happens to L on the show, and maybe that would cloud my judgment with the right matchup. But as of right now, L's got to go through, so L is going through. In the other semifinal, we got Madara versus Kagurabachi. This is tough not because this is actually a tough matchup. I'm going Madara, but it's tough because I let Guts go out to this Kagurabachi dude, and he's not even going all the way. And for that, I apologize to Berserk fans. That might have been wrong of me, but we're gonna write him right now and not let him beat Madara. That would be a travesty, a second travesty. I can't allow two travesties in one video. So Kagurabachi, you're out of here. Maybe in a few years, you'll climb up them rankings. Maybe you'll actually go to the end. But just based on this image alone, you've done well to get your manga some relevance, but not relevant enough to win this tournament. And here we are at the finale. We got L from Death Note versus Madara Uchiha from Naruto. Both from anime, from when I first got into anime, mean a lot to me, deep in my heart. So this isn't going to be biased. I'm equally biased toward both. Based purely on image, this is pretty competitive. The red eyes, as I've said throughout this whole thing, the glowing eyes in these images is actually a big indicator of aura. If done right, if the art's done right. And for these two, it's definitely done right. The red, especially. And they both got things going for them. The red, fuzzy background, kind of glowy background that Madara has, complements the eyes, the cracked skin for the reanimation. All of it together is a good package. But L, man, the fact that he has the black hair, that's blending into the black background, the black shirt, and then the only bits of color, the red eyes, just a little more punchy, slightly more punchy than the Madara image. I'll give it to Madara. The way he's just, his chin just a little bit up, has a slight air of confidence that does give off the aura. So Madara has some points there, but L is locked in. Bro said lock in, and he said I already was. Look at him, chin tucked, glaring straight at the camera, no hesitation. There's just something about this image of L. If it was just any random image of L, you would not have gotten this far. And you definitely wouldn't be beating Madara here. But this specific image might be one of the toughest images of all time. So based on that alone, L is going to win the first ever Anime Aura World Cup. Let's check out what other people are saying about who they won, how they ranked them. Okay, so we got Madara usually wins, top number one, almost 18% win rate or championship rate, which I guess means he wins the whole thing. But generally, like 80%, he just beats people. I'm guessing in the 1v1. Aizen's up there. Obviously, other people are going to take into account the actual character more than just the image that I have. So of course they're going to be different. But Madara, Aizen, Guts, expected. Massive IPs with massive fan bases, and they are dope characters. Sukuna, I didn't get Sukuna in mind, but Sukuna, this image is two. Whew, Sukuna would have gone very far in mine if I had gotten him. Yujiro Hanma from Baki, that makes sense given the character. Kenpachi, I think it was Bleach. Alucard, Gojo, you already know. Gojo would have gone far in mine too. Not even the best image of him, but it's a tough one. Shanks, number 9. I gotta watch One Piece or read One Piece to understand that. But the image isn't that tough. And Escanor, that's obviously you have to know who Escanor is for Escanor to be up this high. But interesting. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, first Anime Aura World Cup. I'm glad you stuck around to see who has the most aura. Now we finally have that question answered. But let me know in the comments who you would have gone with each round, or who you just would have won overall for you, or even some character who's not in this, who wasn't in this World Cup. Who do you think has the most aura in anime? Let me know. Because I think there could be more of these where there's some characters who weren't in this that could fight against that L image that we had in this. So let me know in the comments below. Now I got to check out some more of these shows to actually figure out where the aura is coming from for some of these characters. But of course, I'd really appreciate it if you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It helped the channel out a lot, and I'd be forever indebted to you. So thanks if you do that, and thanks just for watching. That helps too. But there should be a new video out same time next week, and see ya.